Yes.
looking forward to this celebration of Waitangi from the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh.
The ball is in your court.
Eh?
The ball is in your court. My balls is in your court. No, it's your time. It's your time because they're all getting ready for it.
Yeah.
I'll be up there on the 2nd
You're going to be there on the second.
with
Yeah.
with
Well,
Jamie.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
Eh?
I'm trying to get somebody to pick me up and take me up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking for our boy Desmond.
Oh, I had a big fallout with him. I've never heard from him ever since.
Yeah. I rang up and he hasn't answered. But however,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get. I'm hoping to get Richard Hughes. You remember Richard?
Yeah. I know. He's a white widow.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get Richard Hughes to come over and see if he can bring me up to
Okay.
Maniapoto.
Yeah.
And then we come up.
I thought Georgie might have picked you up on it and took you over there earlier.
Hey, I think we've got them where we want them, eh?
Yeah. No, this is it. This is it. The time is up, eh?
Apparently, they've got all these so-called leaders of
Yeah,
of
that's,
the Maori state
yeah.
all going to be there.
On the 3rd.
And, eh?
On the 3rd.
On the third.
Yeah, they've got a meeting on the 3rd.
Apparently Manu Paul is going to be the
Convener.
eh?
The convener.
He's going to preside, eh?
Yeah.
Eh?
It's probably with his son, eh? That lawyer fella.
So Manu Paul.
Yeah, I know. Oh, is that right?
From the Maori thing. Is that right?
Yeah, he's on the Maori Council, yeah.
Yeah, Maori Council.
Yeah, to represent the Maori Council with Digifi.
Yeah, but we've got our submission ready.
Uh-huh.
We'll be up there on the 2nd of February.
Yeah, that's right.
To put our submission in.
Yeah, that's when it starts. Yeah.
Eh?
That's when it starts in Titi. Have you been talking to Kingy? Have you talked to Kingy?
I'm at the hotel late. What's that?
Oh, no, on the 3rd, that meeting with the government, with Bill English,
Yeah.
at the Copthorne. It's on the 3rd.
Yeah.
But we're going to be there on the 2nd.
At the same time, we're going to second.
Yeah, you can do what you like with him.
Eh?
You can do what you like with him on the 3rd. Because everybody's...
When I second, I want to look at you.
Yeah, you look at me and I'll give the nod. I'll give the nod of approval.
Well, there's going to be a whole lot of marshals. A marshal from Maniapoto, apparently.
Yeah.
What for? Why we need the marshals, eh?
Just
Well, the marshal will be about, eh?
yeah, I think it's just the presence. I think it's the presence of a show of strength, because they're all going to meet on the 2nd on the Po Whenua by those popos in the paddock.
Where?
At Titi Marae. It starts on the 2nd when everybody's going to turn up.
At the tea.
Yeah, at the tea in the paddock. Oh, the marae will be open on the 2nd, because Kingy told me. Kingy told me he's up there now. He's up there now. And so they want everything ready before the 3rd, the day before the 3rd, so that they can have a presence against Bill English while he's there at the Copthorne.
Yeah.
However that turns out, well, you'll be there on the
Yeah,
third.
yeah.
So you'll have a whole lot of people of the same minds to
Yeah.
get rid of them there. Yeah.
Not too bad.
So
Too
so
bad
yeah.
for any of them.
So
Aye?
yeah, time's up.
Too bad. It was the Confederation of Chiefs who commissioned me to do what I'm doing.
Yeah. So you'll have to turn
And
up.
they are recognized by the World Court.
Yes. So you'll have to turn up. Yeah. All of that. You be there on the third. Because I can see.
You're laughing at me.
No, I can't wait. I can't wait for the finale.
Aye?
For the finale, I can't do that job. Only you can do.
You hold your flag. You behold your
Yeah, I'll
flag.
be. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there with the camera running to this memorial occasion.
Yeah, I think Tina Whitworth was coming too.
Okay.
Tina Whitworth was coming with her camera. I said, if you want, I think good, go over there and watch us do our job. This is our last.
Yep.
This is,
Yep.
this is going to be our last thing.
It is.
Okay.
It is. It is. This is the last time to make a presentation because since Donald Trump's there, the whole thing's going to turn around. Yeah, it's changing the whole political face, and so we've got to measure up, and all the honesty will come out. Yeah, so that's what's happening. He's breaking all the barriers down, so it makes it easier for us this end. So it makes your job easier. But no, I'm all for it. Kingy, they were all for it. I've been having 2 hui's up there already, up north, so they are all in tune. Anything to finish it off. So you'll be the icing on the cake. Yeah. So why don't you? Eh?
That's it. Yeah, I thought I'd give you a tinkle.
Oh, that's nice of you. That's nice of you. I'll cream the cake at the end of it for you.
Well, this is the end. This is the beginning of the end for them.
Yeah. It was timely now. It was timely now. And they're being called out. John Key sent 30 million over to the Clinton Foundation. That's why he left. He's got caught doing it.
Who's this?
John Key. He sent 30 million. He sent 30 million here from taxpayers'
I told
money.
you that. I told you he was here.
Yeah.
I told him he was here, and he wanted me to compromise. I said, compromise what for? I get no thing from anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a compromise with anybody, especially back here.
Yeah. Now you're
Walked up.
you're a staunch woman to tell them and put them in their place, because they're mischievous people. They're unruly people. They still do the same thing.
The next day he was on TV finishing because he was tired.
Yeah, I think it's caught up with him. Whatever you say to him, he has been dodging it all the way. He dodged you that time we were in there. Remember that time I was reading the things out for you to Anand Satanan, that Indian fellow, and then it was John Key's turn next, and then Dick Dargaville said, time for a cup of tea. They never came back. You know, we were waiting to deal with John Key. So from that time till now, he's got away with raking more out of us.
So what they did was, what they've done now, Bill English wants to move away and let that lady come forward. Apparently, she's related to the Maori king.
Yeah, Paula Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she says, I'm Maori. You see, that's how she talks. She says, I'm Maori. So
But she's not sovereign, is she?
no, she's on the other side of the fence. She's a plumpy lady on the other side of the fence. Yeah, no. So Bill English went to the EU Parliament and signed the TPPA up there. Then now the Brexit, The British have got issues, eh?
This stuff, eh? I think it's all up the TPPA,
Yeah, he went there to sign it up to keep it alive, and Donald Trump knocked it on the head right out. And Donald,
Donald Duck has fucked it, eh?
he's just as bad. He's just as bad because they've sold the Russians the nuclear Bundy Ranch in over there, and to the Russians. So he's just as bad. It made no difference. He's still in it. And they want to make more money out of themselves. With him being a real estate, he'll just go and sell everything and make more money, which is against what we do. And it might look like he's being very nice, but really it's for their line their pockets. So you should have got a mana bus over to Georgie's place. They should have put a mana bus up to get you from your place, Gisborne, to Georgie's place. She's in Tainui up there somewhere. I think she's with Alfred Mitchell.
Yeah. She's in Taumutu.
Taumutu.
She wanted me to go on the service car from here to Hamilton, and she'll pick me up.
Yeah, that's the one. That's what you should do. Because they'll be going up on the 2nd, and the marae is open on the 2nd.
Yeah.
They'll be up there on the 2nd.
Yeah.
So that'll give you a lot of time to rest, and for the 3rd, then you can battle extra buggers. You'll have a clear head, and you'll be on the marae and not sleeping in a motel somewhere where you miss out on everything.
Yeah, we got a motel.
Oh, okay. You got to make sure you get up early.
Hey?
You got to make sure you get up early in the morning in the motel.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll miss.
Well, we had to go on the first from thing to the motel.
Oh, I see. Well, you get up there early, yeah.
And
Yeah.
second, we have all our papers are prepared. All we have to do is to go and present ourselves.
Yeah, so that's when it starts on the 2nd. Is when Te Marae and Kingi is opening the marae on the 2nd. So that's when things starts, because he wanted to get prepared for the 3rd. He put an extra day, and I've seen the agenda of what's going to happen when I went on Waitangi Day. On the whole, no, on the whole from the 2nd to the 6th, and including the Waitangi Marae.
I see. It's not going to be at the hotel.
No, it's going to be at the hotel on the 3rd, but Paula Bennett takes over in the Waitangi Marae on the Waitangi Day. Bill English won't be there on the 6th of February. Bill English will be in Auckland.
Okay.
Mm. So that's... Huh?
So you've got an agenda, eh?
Yeah, I've got an agenda, but doesn't mean to say you have a say after what I say in the Waitangi Marae. You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome to go and carve the dump. Yeah.
You say, now, the sure Prime Minister of
Yeah.
Come on, Sue, hurry up.
Grandmother is taking over from here to deal. Grandmother's taking over to deal with the dumpling. The dumpling, Paula Bennett. Yeah, so she's all yours after that. You can carve her up. Yeah, but that's basically.
Well, she's from there. She must be my cousin.
Oh well, that's why they put her there, so that she can hit two women head to head. One with guts and one with no guts.
Okay, then.
Okay, so nice to hear you.
We'll see you.
We'll see you up there.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, there you go. That's Sue Nikora today on Sunday, the 29th, I think it is today. And that was a surprise call, so I'll put this on the video. Yeah, it's 29th today, Sunday. But she's just catching up. I just told her, wait till I finish talking, then it's all hers after that. So in sequence, I'm here for Kingi Taurua, Chief, to provide him with the documents, the legal documents, as he needs those to support his legal position as the commercial landowner with this flag here of Admiralty, court martial law, and a writ of execution to seize the land back into the ownership of the chiefs, Whakaminia, 1834, on this flag. Now the difference I want to say here is where the confusion lies, is the Maori Confederation, that's Sioux, Maori Confederation of Chiefs and Tribes, United Tribes, comes of New Zealand or New Tirini or Aotearoa, call it what you like, but that comes under Queen Victoria, monarch, sovereign title, and vice admiral laws. So Maori has to deal with Bill English. So when I speak and when Kingi speaks, we're speaking to the king directly. So I'm wearing this hat and the king's shirt and the flag. The flag is on the shirt, so I don't have to wave the flag around because it's already on my person as the king's surrogate. That means I'm speaking as if King William's still alive in me, to claim his right as a contract partner, private contract partner, and this is the receipt for it, this flag on that side of the Clendon British title. I'll just explain that bit. The bit that we are legally bound to the Crown of Britain, UK, is as soon as the captain dropped off his ship and hoisted his flag up on the dry land from the sea of Admiralty and opened his mouth and said, the land belongs to the king. That became a title of uttering from a king through him surrogate. I'm doing the same thing as he is surrogate uttering for the king. As the native landowner turn commercial landowner. Native landowner, no money. Commercial landowner, money. That's when the king opens it up direct, straight to Britain, at 1834. That was on the 10th of March when they dropped off the ship onto the dry land, and they had a boatload of immigrants. Now, they would not leave Britain without having a title. They were deterred from going all the way across the world to another country when they didn't know what they're buying. You see? So, that's what I'm saying. They already had a title from the king before they got here. And when they came, all they had to do was proclaim it belongs to the king, not to themselves, to the king. Because in 1830, Te Ra Waikato Wharaherehere Manukau went to Cambridge University in England. And there he constructed a native land title, learned how to speak English, learned how to do land transactions, banking transactions and transfer of land from a native to the Crown, Britain, because of the military presence when they conquer lands. The king conquers lands for the British Empire. At the time he was running the British Empire. And so that's where that title comes in over other titles that have been created from New South Wales, Australia, in the Maori side. Okay, you get that? So that's how it's going to happen, how to get your land back. That's what I'm saying on these videos. How to get your land back. Just do the reverse process. But you have to get this right. The seal of a king, the crown of a king, the flag of a king. You see, no one's got a flag of a king. We are the only ones with a flag of the king. Yet it's been parked up all these years in the cabinet. See, you put it in the cabinet and run a cabinet. They have a parliament cabinet. The cabinet is that group of administrators straight to Britain. Well, we have our cabinet too. We just busted the doors open and pulled the flag out and start trading. That happened on the 15th of March, 15th of April 2016. So now we are legally running a commercial trading bank business with a pound note and flag and king and a Maori statue and a few chiefs. We have 4 chiefs. Chief Kingi Taurua, he's the commercial landowner of the TT blocks and the Waitangi land blocks with those maraes on it. He's seizing those back into his custody of his Ngāti Rahiri, Hapu. You only need one chief to do it. You can forget about everything else. This is commercial land titles I'm talking about, banks and mortgages. That's the only flag that can do that. So I'm making the flag work for him. And so we've got Manahi, Parapara Mohini. He's the Justice of the Peace, JP, for the Crown. So he's acting as the court setup with myself, being a native land commissioner. So Manahi is a native land judge, court judge, native land court judge. Okay, and so he does what a judge does in the court. We're doing it in the Waitangi Marae King's Bench Native Court, but we're going from Tau Whenua, or Tau Rangatira, where the popos are, the memorials, the wood carvings, in the paddock opposite the Titi Marae. We're meeting there, I'm putting a tent up, table, and have 7 on a panel on the table. These are the people I'm just saying now that will be sitting on the table to proclaim the land belongs to the chiefs and not the King and Queen of England or Spain. So that's a start point. That's a start point to establish who we are as the commercial landowners. That's the only time that we will divert from native title, which has no financial element in it. You can't sell lands under a native land court. You can't sell lands. No native Maori can sell lands, only the Crown, which happens to be the Queen. On this side, the King sells land. We can seize it back into the King's custody now that John Key has been fraudulent in running his business on our land that's only got leases to them, the occupiers of the land with an occupation land title or freehold land titles, all come under this flag where did they get their jurisdiction of admiralty to make mortgages and bank loans and transactions to sell and buy land. So it came out of this lot. So now we are setting up the Native Land Court with Bundy Waitai. He's the Native Land Jury head. He's the head of the Native Land Jury. We'll have the jury sitting in the paddock, all the old people and everybody, because we haven't got any chairs. We're just going to sit there. It'll be raining, but bless it be a fine day. And we only have the tent for the court and the cameras in front, overhead camera, and also we have on the panel Tupi, Wikotu. He's the spiritual part of the Native Land Court. He does all the karakias for the Powhenua and Matatua. He's from Matatua, Tuakanas, for the waka. And so he'll cover that. He's from Paudiki, and his ropu will be coming up, or his group of hapu will be coming up on the 2nd. And I'll be picking up Jamie, Anna Marie Patrick. She'll be on the panel as well as my scribe, or she's representing the St. Patrick's Church Order with the Patrick surname, Patrick, on the flag. So that's her part. We're acting the live part of our authority who we are. So she covers that St. Patrick's to Ireland, Ulster Island in Belfast, where he's buried, to Ulster, North Island, New Zealand, Porirua, on the borough councils who collect the rent from the land occupation and the rates for the land and the taxes and fines. The King's royal revenue into the King's Bench Court to the King, and that happens to be our position as his administrators, direct to Britain, UK. That's above everyone else who's using his laws in his admiralty. Direct admiralty, not vice admiral. This is, I'm talking the bloodline monarch sovereign of the Solomon, King Solomon, through to William the Conqueror, through to King William III, and the creator of the Bank of England, creator of the pound note, creator of the St. Patrick's Church Order, borough councils, and also King William IV, the creator of the Acts 1830 to 1837, which we apply as still being in contract with him, as at the 20th of March 1834, Captain Clendon, HMS Fortitude, Ship of Admiralty. That's our title, right on that date here in Kororareka, Russell, and Okiato Native Land Court. James Busby, resident British, and also Captain James Ready Clendon, the representative surrogate King William IV, and also the HMS Alligator, George Lambert, 21 gun salute to mark the title of King William IV, King of England, King of Britain, UK, to that land at Okiato for the courthouse, native courthouse, now British government. The first British government put the first British title. We are talking about the British title, not the New South Wales title, which is the Maori 1835 Declaration of Independence. That's Sue Nikora just got off the phone with me. She covers that part, and she has to do due diligence to sever the contract on her side between her and Queen Elizabeth II. She can sack her or do what you like with her, but I'm going to express that we have already billed her the pound note for the 970 million trillion pound note against her estate and her church and state, and against the corporations, crown corporations under her and Queen Victoria reign, monarch, right through to her Queen Elizabeth reign, monarch, King George I, King George II, King George V, and King George VI, monarch on that bloodline side. So we come under King George III, the father of King George IV, the father of King Ernest Augustus I, and the father of King William IV. So that's that bloodline side that made all the commerce to King William III and William the Conqueror and King Solomon. That direct male bloodline under Salic law forbids a woman from succeeding to the throne. And so we are nominating or petitioning King Ernest Augustus the fifth reigning monarch of Britain, UK, to go straight into Westminster from Devon Port in Plymouth, England. We'll be going after Waitangi Day, and I'll be cashing this up in smaller denominations from the 970 million trillion pound note. This covers the gold that's missing. There's 1.7 million metric tons of gold missing that Karen Hudes has. I've been watching her estimation as the World Bank lawyer to take her figures and to put them into this bill. It's also this covers the land that the Queen says belongs to her, belongs to the King. So we're seizing everything back and using this note split down into smaller denominations of these notes. So these notes are instruments. They're not promissory notes, they are levy debtor notes. That one there for 26 million. There, that's for Cook Street land. Right, that's the value of its business. So we break it down into that, millions, and then we break it down into 100 million on that one. The Maori Reserve World Bank. Okay, we've got a Maori Powerhouse Bank and Maori World Bank. Okay, so we have the right to use the bank name and also the Crown name because we are the Crown in direct with the King. So then we've got the £1 trillion note on each criminal's head. So John Key gets one of these on top of his head, on top of another one that looks like that. That's £1 million trillion note on New Zealand land. That's how much that bit was worth. It goes on the population basis per capita, per area of land, and broken down, it'll come out to £1 million trillion note. You'll see that online, and the invoice from Amex invoice company in Britain that already got those, and the tax comes out of it in British. So the British government is our partner. The British Navy, Chief of Navy and Military, Sir Philip Jones, is our legal partner. The Navy is our legal partner with this flag. So that's the Admiralty is our partner. And so he's responsible to recover all the debt with the military. So we've got another note here, 2.715.8 million pounds with King Arthur on it, and yeah, so that's another note. We're breaking them down into different sizes, and there's a £1 billion note with King William on it. Okay, so and then we've got the pound note, single pound note with Jamie on it, and also others that we'll be fashioning out. You'll notice that I'm saying native surname chiefs. What I mean by that is these documents won't work if it's got an English name on it or a fake Maori name. Okay, you can't have a fake Maori name, so all those Maori who think they're involved with the native title to Britain has to match up with the other end. They've got all the right names. So you can't have names that have been made up. They're going to be your own name in your person standing there talking. So if you do whakapapas, it's really not going to work. We've got DNA, blood DNA, ancestral DNA kits that you can use to get a proper portion of your chromosomes, Y and X chromosomes, to make sure you're not faking your self-title. Okay, so that's really what I wanted to say here, and I've got questions on Facebook asking about how I'm going to go about doing this in front of everybody. So I've given him an answer, and I'll just read out a couple of them before this video runs out. Normally the video goes for 3 gigabytes and cuts out. So I'll just read what I put here. He asked this question, Ngāti Tonga, Kasi John, are you going to dress to impress, casual smart or in korowai? So when the 3 Maori reps hapu hand over the government's standing orders to continue doing what they chose, how do you approach this? You would be standing alone and will be able to do this without being arrested, let alone be allowed in. October 20th has been passed, so I assume they know what you are doing and have not supported this option and may have voiced this to those concerned anyway, cuz I wish you the luck. It would be nice one day turn up in full dress and security squad just like VIP to show that what tangata whenua have become. I'm saying here I'm acting in the capacity of mana whenua. The Maori statue is mana whenua, and that's why they've got him standing in the most powerful countries in the world. Two memorials of the most powerful status in commercial contracts is the Maori statue to the land and the King William title to the land. He's the last king on this earth, and that's what they're taking the precedent case from there for till another king comes along. Well, it has to be King Ernest Augustus in our case, because he's the direct bloodline to King Ernest Augustus I, the son of King George III. Okay, so to get that into right bloodline, Salic law forbids the woman from going into the throne. So that that part is not nothing to do with us. Okay, so I think this video might run out, but I'll give you one answer. I set the stage for the real surname chiefs, 4 of them, including Chief Kingi Tauro, JP Manahi Parapara Mohini, Tupi Wikotu, and Bundy Waitai, who hands over the proclamation to the New Zealand government, third party, New South Wales New Zealand government, aliens from the second party, native chiefs, commercial landowners of New Zealand, to their private contract of Admiralty, martial law, first party, King William IV monarch sovereign partnership. I am the Chief's Whakamininga, St. Patrick Church Order Native Land Commissioner and Real Estate Writ of Execution for the Manukau Land Company, Britain, UK Native Land Court Registrar, Sheriff Bank Creditor. I can wear a 10-gallon hat and a baseball bat into the court, or wear the King William IV coat of arms, shirt, HMS Crown Seal, hat, this one, and his photo as his surrogate king. I've got his photo on my shirt, which is what I wear in important kings' lands from dangerous, criminal, corrupted prime ministers who run away and hide from their crimes to other prime ministers who are libelled with the same fraud crime. What goes around comes around. Maui settles as a bank real estate mortgage fraud on the Maui native chiefs' lands, king's lands, king's lease lands. Okay, they're lease lands, that's all, to the king, not the queen, to the king. It's real estate land transaction, land issues, nothing to do with Maori, but all to do with Maui native chiefs who made a land sale and purchase agreement with King William IV British Crown Government. It's simple. So it goes on and on. I just keep going on and on and explaining everything. So there you go. So Sue Nikora to you. Welcome to my world, or our world. And so you get to speak after I speak in Waitangi Marae, after Kingi speaks. Well, Kingi will be speaking, not me. I don't have to speak. I'm just the real estate agent and land commissioner to give them the information, the native land court judges and grand jury. So we got the table with the 7 of us. Jamie is one, the scribe for me, and going around the world with the flag and off to Britain. From the St. Patrick side she is. And then we've got Jono Wā. She lives in Hokianga, so she's a scribe for the native land court up there in Kaitaia. Bundy and Bundy Waitai and Manahi Mohini comes from Kaitaia. So he's with them, and all the rest of the grand jury. Hirini Clark is on the grand jury, and Joseph Dargaville, he's on the grand jury. So we're starting to pick the European surnames chiefs to fill in that side that's connecting the 1835 Declaration of Independence in the same flag. They're flying the same flag, So the flag goes both ways. And so they apply the New South Wales to crack that part, and we continue our sovereignty with the flag straight to Britain. It's more simple, it's straight to the top end, right around the world. So what I'm doing is connecting up all the dots in the world where the Queen took the flag in 38 Commonwealth countries. Well, there was at least 78 Commonwealth countries, some have pulled out. But I'm saying this, it's gone further than just 78 Commonwealth countries. It's gone into a lot of countries that Britain trades with and still uses the Queen's head. You'll find the Queen's head in a lot of countries that are not in the Commonwealth. And in particular America, which is run by Britain, and the Queen will now be seized back after the Waitangi Day. We're seizing that authority of the Queen, and the King will be in America. So this is for you, Donald Trump. Whatever the Queen's done, the King seizes back from fraud. So if you're caught up in fraud, it will be found out. Because if you are dabbling in the Panama Papers and with land transactions using this authority of King George III, King William III, King William IV, and St. Patrick's Order from Ireland, Belfast, where he's buried, that's where his mana is, that's where his title is, that's his land title, that's in this flag with those 8-point stars on the 4 corners of the earth. And Philippi, King Philippi and his wife, and the King of Spain, King and Queen of Spain, you're not the trustee. Your father died last year, and your mother, Imelda Marcos, is a trustee with Andrew, Prince Andrew, and Queen Elizabeth II. I'm going to sack her myself and go in as trustee and remove you from our trust, the Queen Victoria Trust. And all that wealth belongs to our beneficiaries still here. So I'm going to diffuse all of that with Manahi. He's a court judge and doing judge in the Queen's Bench Court. We'll switch to the King's Bench Court with the court documents, and I can write anything any way I like in fashion, but I found that this legal papers, but I found that the video is better. What I say on videos goes. Got issues with that? You must make another video to counter it in your person, because I'm accusing a lot of people of crimes that they have committed, and they've got to answer to that. So beware that if you have your photo online, on Facebook or YouTube, Google, Twitter, you're liable. There'll be a sheriff with one of these hats and a shirt visit you and seize all your property and everything, because martial law and financial martial law of a king is more deadlier than vice admiral law like America. It's only vice admiral. It still gets its authority from the king who made these laws in the first place. So that's about all before this video runs out and spoils the end of it. I don't have an ending line, so I'll get on with my work and prepare for our meeting. We're taking one extra day on the 2nd of February when we meet in Te Marae, in the paddock, and in the marae, to discuss matters of importance. And you heard Nikora, Prime Minister of the Maori government, so they can do their Maori government thing with Georgie Job and Alfred Mitchell. Good luck to you. He's the Attorney General. You can do what you like. But I'm saying, I'm overarching, right the whole world with this flag and the Maori crown, which is you anyway, as Tahitian, Polynesian, Pacific Island people. That's the memorial for land title transactions, money, bank loans, mortgages, all the rest of it will disappear because this is how you undo it. You go back to the ship that took out that authority in the first place and slowly crunch it to bits with these pound notes. Okay, we're using the pound notes to levy debtor all the criminals. So if you've got any criminals, line them up. There's a few of them here in this country that have run away from America with all that money they've stolen through tax evasion. We're going to pick them up here. So it's not going to be a hard thing to find them when you've got the money like this to pay the investigators and the sheriffs to go and get them and haul them in. That means they'll lose everything, every single thing, against that pound note, and the balance the Queen has to pick up, Church and State, the Pope, the Church, Vatican City, private company, City of London, private company, Bank of England, private company, real estate companies, private companies, Queen Victoria Trust, private company, Washington DC, private company, United States of America, private companies, New Zealand, government, private company, Intuition New Zealand Limited, private company, and also the World Bank, United Nations, EU Parliament, NATO, and all the corporate crown private companies and public companies. They're all getting this pound note levy debtor instrument. We are the levy debtor, we are the levy creditors in the King's Bench Native Court. Okay, so the Native Court, we put it together, will go right through the world. So those people in Dakota, Standing Rock, you're next. Okay, you're next. I think you've struggled long enough with the pipeline. And so we'll be there after this Native Court to set your Native Court. Well, you've got your own Native Court, we're just putting the flag up there. So I've got others online. I'm dealing with 2 or 3 people from California online who buy the flag. It costs 99 New Zealand dollars. It's about 45 US dollars for a flag, quite a bit bigger than this flag, mailed out to you online. So you can go to Flags Group New Zealand and buy it there. I've got it on my site. So that's a start. That's a start. That's the most powerful flag in the world, I'll just say that. So that's all. I'll carry on and we'll make clips up to then. I'll be running these clips up on an overhead projector and a screen. I've got all the screen and everything here. I've got the bag here. This is the camera in here, the projector, and it comes out like that. So we've got the projector here, and we've got the screen. We've got a big screen in there, 8 foot, and then we've got the tripod here. I haven't opened them up yet, and then we've got the screen here. Screen comes out, but I've got a big 8 foot one in there, a huge one, to take up as well with Jamie. I'll pick Jamie up in Fatani and go up on the second. So that's all for now. We'll catch you later. Have a nice day. Bye for now. John Wanoa, Otahu, Auckland, New Zealand.